Welcome back to my dark corner of this sick world. You join me in the Tuscany Cinema Seat, which has been given to us by Valencia Theatre Seating for us to review. Now, we're increasingly being asked to do product reviews of this type. We're apparently micro-influencers now. And we wanted to start by saying thank you to you guys, because if it wasn't for you watching the videos and liking the videos and subscribing to the channel, then we wouldn't be in this situation. It's your dedication to the channel that has quite literally put me in this chair. And so we feel an equal loyalty and a dedication to you, and so we want to make these videos as interesting as we possibly can. I mean, it's a review of a chair, but you don't just want to hear me say it's comfortable, although for the record, it is extremely comfortable. And I think the only way you can review a cinema chair is to watch a film, and you want to test it to destruction, so a long film. We have gone with Dr. Mabuse, The Gambler. This is the first of Fritz Lang's really epic silent films, and it's very suitable for this because, firstly, it's 4.5 hours long. We are watching both parts of it back to back, but also because it is a flawed film, and it's quite easy to watch a long film that you love, a really great film in virtually any form of seating, but one that's a little bit on the edge. So, here's the game. I am here for the next 4.5 hours. We'll just show you the edited highlights, chatting about Mabuse and about the various features of the chair. Honestly, I can't think of a better way to review cinema seating. So, Alexa, dim lights to 5.
Okay.
The film opened with this sort of crime procedural section where we're meeting Mabuse for the first time. Anyway, it's quite a long section, so that gives me a chance to talk about the first thing you want to do with the chair, which is to get it into a comfortable position for you to be watching a long film in. So I've got 3 bits that I can adjust. They're controlled by buttons down here. Firstly, there is the recline. It's quite quiet, isn't it? The lumbar, which is just the small of your back, and the headrest behind. Yeah, that suits me for now. I have my beer beside me in this handy little cup holder here. And we're all ready to go. This is one of my favourite scenes. This is the stock market scene, and Mabuse is in one of the many disguises that he wears throughout the movie. And I like this because he's just sort of orchestrating all these people. And this is one of the major themes of the movie, is control. And on the subject of control, I can go up, that's down, I can go up. It does take a little time to get used to the controls. And one thing I would say, when you first get this, playing with it is what you mainly do. The other thing I can do, since this is a long film, you may want to do something as simple as charging your phone. There's a USB port down here on the same control panel that all of the buttons are run off of. You can use it to charge your phone, you can use it to power a game control, or if my mic runs out of battery, I can even plug that into the chair and we can run that off of it. This is a film that's about conspicuous consumption. It's about decadence and, to a certain extent, degeneracy. And the extremely fat guy eating is one way of looking at conspicuous consumption. Now, this is actually my biggest problem with this film, is Countess Told. Everybody is in love with Countess Told. She is very much a character of a type, and it's a type that's right for this film, but she does bug me. There, she actually says it. We are bored and tired. That, I swear, is her entire character. She's just a very droopy, limp, romantic. If she was reviewing this chair, then she wouldn't do it sitting. She'd be sort of draped across it and would be terribly bored by the chair. She'd obviously have a chair like this, a luxury item, but she'd be tired of it and of everything, and it's so difficult being wealthy. I adjusted this, and now it's not how I wanted it to be. That's better. So Mabuse and Von Wenck, the police inspector, they're meeting here in one of the great scenes in the movie, the hypnotism scene, which we're going to see some really cool effects in a minute. I'm not going to say it's the first time this stuff has been done, because people were playing tricks with cinema right from the start, but using them in this dramatic context is still pretty novel, and it's being done so well here. It's a really powerful scene. Okay, we're now 2 hours into the movie. Time for a chair update. I am still very comfortable. This is a review, so we should also touch on some of the negatives, which we haven't really mentioned yet. This cup holder here is great for my beer. That's dead now. What it's not good for is a mug. I mean, there's nothing you could do with, if you want to have a cup of tea and watch the film, there's nowhere to put it. It would be so easy to have a cover for the cup holder on which a mug, something with a handle, could sit. But we haven't got one. So this is where you can get attachments. So possibly this is why you don't have a cover, because they want to sell you the attachment. You can get a tray to fit on here. Unfortunately, that costs an extra £80. You can also get a wine glass holder, an iPad holder. All of these things separately cost £80 each. I'd rather I'll just have a tray across my knees, to be perfectly frank. So there are problems with it. But at the moment, one of them is not comfort. So yeah, back to the film. Okay, as long as we're talking about furniture, we have to mention Dr. Mabuza's couch, which is the most fantastic article of furniture. It looks like a small car covered with velvet. That's enormous. I'm not saying it's a better way in which to watch a film than this, I'm not sure. But if you want to recline while watching a film, that is an option. This doesn't look comfortable, but then you adjust the headrest as well. I gotta tell you, this is really comfortable. I'm gonna watch like this for a while, actually. That's a very famous image of Mabuza and the devil, the painting of the devil. Once again, not a subtle film. Okay, we're now 2.5 hours in. Still not quite finished, part 1, but closing in on it. In time for another chair update. It's still a chair, it's still comfortable. Again, sort of thinking of the practicalities of this, one thing to think about if you are sort of purchasing this sort of thing, it is monstrously heavy because of all the stuff that's inside it. We were lucky that there's a very, very friendly delivery men who were willing to come in, who were willing to unpackage it outside because it wouldn't go through the door. So there's these things to consider. There is a practical consideration for something like this. You've got to sort of like think ahead for that. But once again, I mean, I know I keep saying, it is very comfortable, still. I watched Lang's Woman in the Moon at the BFI. I think that's about 3.5 hours. And let me tell you, by the end of that, it got a standing ovation because the entire audience was just, oh God, an excuse to get up. It was a proper numb backside. And so I'm feeling none of that with this so far. Okay. Part 1 has finished. Mabuza has kidnapped Countess Told for whatever reason. And I know I said that I was going to be here for the next 4.5 hours, but I need to use the bathroom, and although this chair is well equipped, it's not that well equipped. However, if I need to find my chair again in the dark, I can put on the under-chair lighting, which also lights up my beer, by the way. So enjoy that, if you would excuse me. Right, so we're back. This is Inferno Part 2, a character of our times. Just turn off my lights. The second part of the film is shorter. This is barely 2 hours. The chair is still fine. The film is now starting to lose me. So let's talk a little bit more about the chair. This looks like a 2-seater. This stuff is modular, so you can get another section to go in the middle of this. You can have one in which you can plug in various gadgets and stuff into the midsection, or you can get another one like this with sort of like one of these things in the middle. And of course, they're sort of independently sprung, as it were. So if I want to recline fully, then the person beside me does not have to follow suit. They can sit bolt upright if they would prefer. Finale. Right, so it said it actually there on screen. We are into the last half hour. What I was going to say was, I think one of the reasons this is comfortable, it's very soft. It doesn't have some of the problems that you get. It doesn't feel sticky. And although we're not filming this in midsummer, we're filming it on the hottest day the UK has had for a long time, and it doesn't feel sticky or icky that you sometimes get from leather. It's very soft, it's very smooth, it's very quality made. We are now approaching the end. Mabuza is captured. And there we go. Okay, just to sum up a few things about the film and about the chair. Lang would return to Dr. Mabuza just over 10 years later for The Testament of Dr. Mabuza, which picks up pretty much exactly where that one finishes. And hand on my heart, I would be happy to watch that now. Partly because I do think it's actually the better film, even if it has lesser of a reputation, but also because I am not suffering from cinema seat backside. I keep saying the same thing. I'm sorry, but this is a really comfortable chair, and I'm laughing because this isn't the sort of thing I would buy for myself, and I am actually really pleasantly surprised by how comfortable it is. It's been a bit of an eye-opener, really. And in the end, that's what you want. If you have any form of home entertainment system, whether it's for cinema or for game consoles, something else with which I am completely unfamiliar, this is a fantastic place from which to do it. It really is. And I think that you can comfortably do it from here for hours. And plus it has all these other little features. I mean, in all seriousness, the teacup thing, it really does actually kind of bother me. But everything else is pretty much what you want. It has all these adjustable features. You can plug stuff in here. We were trying to come up with a way to express just how much you could fit in here, and we came up with a gallon of stage blood, which I imagine is the industry standard for measuring that sort of thing. So to sort of sum up, it's £2,500. It is a luxury item, but it's perfect for that home cinema environment, home entertainment system. If that's what you want, then this is right for it. We'd like to really thank Valencia for letting us review this. There's a link to their website in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed it, and check out Dr. Mabuza as well.